Hello and welcome to week 3 of WETS. I apologise for it being a little late this week. However, it is weekend t-shirts, not Saturday t-shirts, so technically it's still on time. This week, the shirt is actually invisible, hence why you can't see me. Just joking, I don't have any invisible t-shirts, and if I did, it would just mean you can't see the shirt and I'd be sitting here topless. I don't think it'd actually make me invisible, which is a shame. In any case, the shirt for this week is this one. It is a picture of a scientist and he's working on a rocket, or a graphical interpretation of rocket science, or rocket surgery. I'll give you a close-up now. I think it's a pretty cool image. You can see on the rocket there's a logo, which is a rip-off of the NASA logo. Obviously they can't use the real one, since it's not an official NASA shirt. And what's cool is, instead of typical surgeon tools, you can see hardware tools such as a screwdriver, a drill. He still appears to be using a scalpel there to cut some wires, which is an odd thing to do on a rocket. And I like the oil stains instead of blood. That's a cool effect. I got the t-shirt from Geek, which, if you're not sure, is a website, and they sell everything from t-shirts to gadgets to toys, everything nerd and pop culture related. Pretty much my favorite website to shop from. They started out initially just selling t-shirts, most of their own design. They actually got one banned. It was a Star Wars t-shirt, but they didn't have a license to sell it, and they got a cease and desist letter from LucasArts, which is kind of actually pretty cool. This is one of their more recent shirts. It hadn't been out for long. I think it came out last year, and I bought it more or less straight away. Being that I'm an aerospace engineer, I saw it and it just popped straight out at me, and I thought, I have to have that shirt. Other than the fact that it looks cool, I like the symbology behind it. I'm sure you all know the common saying, if someone is completing a task or activity that you might find relatively easy, you can always say, well, it's not brain surgery. Or a different interpretation of that is, well, it's not rocket science. And then you combine them together, you get rocket surgery. If you study aerospace engineering at all, or any sort of applied science, one of the first things you'll actually learn is the thrust equation, which is a variant of the basic force equation, F equals ma, or force equals mass times acceleration. One particular lecturer that I had made a bit of a joke about it. When he taught it to us, he said, it's not rocket science, but it is rocket science. What he meant by that is it's quite a simple equation to learn and fairly easy to apply to various scenarios and problems. However, on the other hand, it's how you make rockets. Some other equations that you learn if you're doing aerospace engineering or rocket science are these ones. And this is upside down. That might make it a bit easier to read. The left-hand side of this equation here is a derivative of the gravitational force equation, which tells you how much force is acting between two bodies at a certain distance, and it's equating it to kinetic energy. The equation down the bottom here relates velocity at one point in an orbit to velocity at another point in an orbit based on the angle between them. So with an understanding of these two equations, it's only rocket science. There is a bit more to aerospace engineering than that, but it's a good start. That wraps things up for this week. Hope you enjoyed the new shirt. This is actually one of my favorites. Just something to finish up on. I was meeting one of my professors a while back and I just happened to be wearing this shirt. And just as I was leaving, he said, "Oh, Chris, by the way, nice shirt."